All right. I guess I'll start now.
Okay.
Okay. So, what's up, everybody? Again. Sorry I didn't upload any more videos from I don't know a couple months ago, long time ago. Um, School and stuff. Yeah, that's my excuse. So, as you can see, I have the new Warframe Mesa, and I actually crafted the entire thing. I didn't buy her, which is actually a really awesome achievement for me. So, and I have a really cool story that I kind of want to share with everybody on how I got her. So, what happened was I was working on an assignment, and I noticed that Facebook had I can have two Rengalias. That Facebook had a new message or something, and I was like, what is this? And it was on Warframe, and it was like Gunslinger Warframe, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta go get that. And I went out to the store, bought some NX that exact same day, and I was like, as soon as she comes out, I'm gonna go buy her. But didn't want to spend too much money, so I just bought enough to sort of rush her parts, so I didn't have to wait that long. Um, until I realized there was a huge problem with getting Mesa. As you all know, in order to get Mesa, you need to get parts for keys that you use, and then those keys you can only run once to get one part of Mesa. So you need to do what do they call it? Invasion missions, which are even harder to actually you know to spawn up with that you know thing you're looking for, which is the nav coordinate. And I originally thought they were gonna release like five nav coordinates because every single mission would have a nav coordinate instead of just one having a nav coordinate. So basically, you have to stay on for 4 hours each time as new invasion missions happen, and then collect three of them to craft one key. So I was like, okay. So I stood up the first night, killed myself doing that, but whatever. Stood up the first night and actually got enough to make a key. Next morning, I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be smart and I'm gonna get two people, no, not two, an entire party with the key. We're gonna go in and we're gonna actually just farm. So we're just gonna share keys and get Mesa that way. And luckily enough, I managed to find two people, two really trustworthy people, and I was super glad that I actually met these people. Like, they actually shared the keys and all that, and everything was good. We got three pieces. No, not three. Yeah, we got three pieces since there was only three of us in the party, and we all had keys. We got two helmets and I think one systems. And the stupid part was we need the chassis, but obviously we that meant we'd have to find someone else who was just willing to waste a key on us, and we didn't have keys, so we just kind of split up after that. But those guys were really nice guys, and if they ever do watch this video, they'll know who they are. Um, Afterwards, though, here's the whole like controversy and bad stuff that happened to me while I was trying to get Mesa. Um, Bad stuff happened when the second key popped up. I mean, I needed the second key. So did the mission, got one nav coordinate. And I was like, I really can't wait another 8 hours for the other two, and I gotta go to work soon. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pay somebody because I had a lot of platinum. I was like, I'm gonna try and find somebody who's willing to just take me there, because I have money. That was a really bad choice. I actually saw someone on the marketplace who was willing to do such a thing, and I was like, yo, I'm totally taking that. Um, this is just a hint for all you people: do not do that. It's a bad idea. Play fair. Don't do that stuff. Don't get greedy. Although Mesa is a really good. She looks awesome, but she's not like an amazing Warframe, and especially not to lose platinum out on. So, um, what exactly happened was the guy was like, okay, you pay me 20 platinum and I'll give you 5 runs with me and whoever. And I'm like, that's a great idea. Why aren't more people doing this? So I went to Dojo, paid him the money. Then he started acting weird. He was like, I need no. I only gave him 10 because I was like, I only need one more piece, so I'm just gonna leave soon. I won't need to stay all 5 runs. And he's like, okay. Then he's like, oh, I need another 20 from you. I'm like, what? He's like, dude, I've been up farming this mission with my brother, getting the keys and putting them together. So come on, least you could do is at least cough up 30 for 5 runs. I'm like, fine. I guess I'll get enough pieces to make 2 mesas. Um, that also turned out to be a bad idea. So I gave him the money like an idiot and trusted him. And then he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna start the party at 5 o'clock." And I'm like, "Okay." I look at my clock and it was like almost 5. I'm like, "Great." And I was getting all impatient because I just paid this dude money and there was no collateral, so I can't really do anything about it if something goes wrong. Um, so I was like, "When are we gonna start?" And I was really impatient about it. I was like, "When are we gonna start?" And he's like, "We're gonna start soon. Don't worry. We're gonna start soon." And I'm like, "Okay." But obviously I'm really worried right now. He's like, don't worry. And then I'm like, okay. A couple minutes passed, and on my clock, it's like 15 minutes past 5. And I was like, dude, what time is it on your clock? And he's like, it's around 2 o'clock. And I'm like, so I'm going to have to wait like 3 hours for you to actually get this party going. He's like, yeah, man, it's going to be you and a couple of my buddies. And I'm like, okay. But I had work coming up, so I was like, kind of skeptical about that. Um, I gotta get the 5 runs done easily, but I just didn't want to be late for work in any case. So what happened was I was like, hey, you think I can get that money back from you just until it's 5 o'clock over there because, just in case I don't make it to the party, I kind of want my money back. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, actually, I'm gonna kind of worry about it because I need the money back. And he's like, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. And I'm in a dungeon. I'm in a mission right now, so I can't really trade you. And I'm like, okay, okay. So I try again after like maybe an hour or maybe 30 minutes. I don't remember. And I was like, hey, you out of that mission yet? He was like, oh no, I'm still in it. I'm like, okay. Wait another 30 minutes. I'm like, are you still in the mission? He's like, yeah. So I get kind of impatient. I'm like, dude, this guy's totally scamming me. I'm like, hey. Get in here. Get back into my dojo. I want my money back. And then I invited him, and he was like, yo, what was with the invite? I'm like, I want my money back. And he's like, oh, so sorry. You've been scammed. And I'm like, darn. And then he just blocked me, and I was like, fuck. But technically, it is my fault. I do owe up to it. It's my fault for going that far into it and believing that something good would come out of something so stupid like that. It was at that point where I was like, Warframe community's stupid. I hate the Warframe community. Hate it. Stupid. I was pissed off. I lost platinum. Even though it was only 30, I still lost platinum. Had a small piece of me. But, oh, and what made it even worse was I actually did eventually get really impatient, and I bought 2 more nav coordinates from someone. If anything, buy nav coordinates. If you're really impatient, buy nav coordinates. Get 3. Don't be an idiot and go buying runs. So, I bought the nav coordinate, and, I made my thing, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna host another one of those parties where, I'm sharing the key with people, because that seemed to work before. So I started it up, and, I had a new rule this time, because I wasn't gonna waste a key. I was like, the last one to join gets to use their key first. That was the rule. Like, if you had your key and you were in the party, like, I made sure, I told everybody that was joining, you need to have a key. And they were like, yeah, don't worry, we got the key. And usually whenever I'm like, okay, last one first, they all start panicking and they leave the party. And I'm like, okay, you never had a key. And so many people were like that. It was so many failed parties because there was like one dude who was like in the middle, and I'm like, oh, it's your turn, dude. And then he's like, he just leaves because he didn't have a key. And Really awesome people too. They made me regain my, love for the Warframe community back because there are some really nice, trustworthy people out there. So this dude, he came last, so he used his key first, and he was telling the truth. He had the key. Um, then second person used his key. Then the third person kind of left. So we already figured it out. This dude never had a key, but I had a key. So I was like, guys, we so far got the helmet. We so far also have the chassis. All you guys need is systems. Like I was already done Mesa, but I was like, I don't want them to, I don't want to just leave and be a dick about it. I want them to have their run too, because I promised them I would give them my key. So I'm like, anything happens, who knows? You might get systems and get lucky and finish Mesa. You got the hardest piece with the chassis, which took me forever to get, so you should be happy. But they were all still kind of depressed that one dude left. And then right at the end, they got it. They got systems, and they were all happy and stuff, and everybody was happy, and we were all rejoicing. And I was like, I have Mesa. We all have Mesa. You get a Mesa. He gets a Mesa. And that's basically all that happened. Yeah. So moral of the story is do not ever buy runs from people, and don't just because someone says they have a key, there's no way of actually knowing. So don't be too fooled about that. And buy nav coordinates if you're really impatient. Do not do what I did. Bad stuff. Um, Other than that, I really love Mesa. Like she looks freaking badass. I'm still gonna outfit her with some mods later. Her survivability needs to go up, like way up. Um, I heard that she might also get buffed later, mainly because her skills are really shitty right now. I think her awesome style sort of just leverages her shitty abilities. I know people are gonna look at me like, "You stupid dude," but I don't know. That's the way I feel about it. I think she looks so good that even if her skills are bad, it doesn't even matter. Like I'm willing to main this character just because of her looks. I mained a Trinity because of looks. It's sort of, except for the crab thing in the back. But yeah, who knows? She could probably be really awesome, or she could not really awesome. I think I'm still gonna use her. And if she does get buffed later, that's just even better. But yeah, that's my story time, and sorry for getting this video out really late. I've been busy and stuff. And yeah, that's basically it. Everybody just have fun farming Mesa, and don't get scammed. Be smart. Use your head. All right. See ya.